right, the board will honor the district junior high championship volleyball teams, girls champions from Actus and boys champions from Warren. We will go ladies first.
As any principal will tell you, finding coaches for our athletic program is like finding needles in haystacks sometimes, and we are forever thankful for those that do step up and serve our athletics programs. I'm even more thankful when I get a staff member to do it, and then when I get a staff member like Jeff Rickert to do it, it's like a home run, I guarantee you that. So I thank Jeff for doing that, and he is well deserved. And this year, he actually shook off his moniker of being Mr. 500, which was his name throughout the years of being a volleyball coach, because he'd win about half his games every year, but now he's Mr. Back-to-Back. So, Mr. Rickert, would you come up and introduce our boys volleyball team?
I like Mr. Back-to-Back a whole lot better. President Willerich, Dr. Silverberg, board members, district staff, administration, thank you so much for taking your time out to honor this very special group of boys. Perfect seasons don't roll around that often. I had the best seat in the house to watch these guys pull off our second undefeated season in a row with a perfect 8-0 record. To put it in perspective, 3 of these gentlemen, Carson Guile, Jimmy Napier, you guys step forward, Javier, he's not here. These boys have never lost a volleyball match while playing at Warren, and there's nobody else in the history of our school that can say that. I love all these boys, and I've enjoyed coaching them immensely. Our principal, Mr. Thornberger, Mark, and his team just played so smoothly together. I have to agree with him. These boys got along so well, and their team chemistry was off the charts. And parents and families, I want to thank you, especially for transporting the boys at those 6:30 a.m. practices and also raising such fine young men. They're truly boys of character. These boys do not only represent the best volleyball players at Warren, but the best boys at Warren as well. They're multiple sport athletes, musicians, scholars, and their cumulative GPA this year as a team was 3.33. I'm very proud of them for that. So without further delay, let me introduce the boys, Undefeated Warren Wildcat volleyball team. Got a couple who weren't here. We'll start with number 3, Xander Chisholm. I'm going to speak right to the boys. Xander, you worked so hard this year, not only on the practice court, but in the classroom to be a part of this team. I appreciate your work ethic and devotion to the team. Thank you so much, Xander. Number 19, Carson Guile. Carson, you were our team captain. You've got a real feel for the game. There were times when you look over at me and say, "Timeout, coach." You're a great leader, and I think you'd make an excellent coach someday. Thank you so much, Carson. Kate and Marion, I didn't even, Kate and Marion, I didn't even need to be watching the match to know when you did something good, because I would hear your dad up in the stands do his familiar, "Oh, woof," cheer from the stands. You have a really easygoing attitude. You never get flustered on the court. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Kate. Number 13, Nicholas Messier. Nick, do you remember the practice where we didn't have enough players to scrimmage and I had to fill in, step on the court? You remember that? Well, it was then and there I realized when I was on the court how scary good your attacks could be. Now I know why so many of the opponents were running and ducking when you hit. Number 10, James Napier. Jimmy, with your injury, I know it had to be very disappointing for you this season that you couldn't finish out the way you wanted to. I was disappointed too. Your growth and skill and confidence from last year was impressive. What was so great to me was the way you still came out and supported your team. Thank you, Jimmy. Number 5, Kate Parks. Kate, you amazed me this year. Only playing volleyball for 1 season, your setting and leadership was so outstanding. You were described as the glue that held our team together, and I have to agree with that. Thank you, Kate. Number 14, Nicholas Patino. Nick, do you remember? I know you remember the practice where we talked about covering the seams on the court. which is the area between players where the ball often drops because of confusion over who's going to get it. Well, when you step on the court, you loudly announce for the whole gym to hear, "I got a seam!" And you did. You did have the seam. You were such a great defensive player for us this year. Thank you, Nick. Bobby Rodriguez, number 11. Bobby, I don't know if you remember this, but there was one match where you tenderly walked over and you kissed your mom before the match. Now, some of the boys started snickering in the huddle, but then you went out and absolutely destroyed some volleyballs. And I said, maybe we should all go in the stands and hug and kiss our mom before the match. You're such a weapon. Stay here, don't walk away. You're such a weapon for us this season. Thank you so much, Bobby. Alfonso Salazar, number 9. Alfonso, I know that we never tested vertical jumps this year to see who had the best hops, but you had to be close to the best, if not the best, on the team. You and your left-handed spikes could be so dominating the net. Thank you, Alfonso. Alexander Torres, number 12. Alex, whenever you did something great on the court, I remember an entire chorus of girls screaming your name, and I thought, my gosh, Alex is a rock star. Does he have his own fan club or what? I had the pleasure of coaching your older brother Felipe, and now you, and I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much, Alex. And finally, number 8, Katie Towery. Kate, and I remember one practice where you were really struggling with your serve, and I could tell it bothered you, but you kept working and working at it. The next match, I put you in. I was just curious to see how you're going to respond. And I remember you served 9 straight serves in a row, and I was so impressed by your dedication and poise under pressure. Thank you, Kate. Just a bit of business, boys. I want to remind you, tomorrow is team picture day. Bring your entire jersey for that, but just do me this one favor, one honor. I want to get a picture of this. Could you guys huddle up and do cats on 3 for me one more time?
1, 2, 3, cats!
Yeah.